Well, it saddens me today that I have to put out this video. Well, I don't have to, but I feel the need to put out this video. And I'm putting about as much effort into the video as I feel the publishers do into their games sometimes, which is about a little above zero. This has nothing against Bioware in any way. I love Bioware. I love the franchise. I didn't like the fact that when I go to click on a game when it first comes out, it doesn't even launch. Okay. The first day that this thing was out, I couldn't get it to launch. Now, how poorly is a release on an app that a huge publisher owns, where when you click on the game to launch and it doesn't work? I'm floored. I wanted to play a game. That is awful. And they're charging $80 for this game or $30 a month for people to go, oh, is there a menu? I don't see a menu. Now, I've been in gaming for over 48 years. I've kind of been around since gaming started up until now. And I've built computers forever and a day, so it's not like I don't know what I'm doing. I've done everything possible for days to get this game to work properly on the app. This started for me a long time ago with the Origin app. It was horrible, disliked it very much, stopped using it altogether. And then a few months ago, I see the EA app. Like, well, that's great. I see the subscriptions because when I play games, I go through them fairly quickly. And I was starting to make videos, and I thought, well, what better thing than to go out and spend $90? Okay, great. I'll play with EA Play Pro, thinking this is going to be great. Well, I should know better. It's Electronic Arts. So I fork out the money, and the first game I want to play is Madden. I haven't played Madden in so long because it's also another frustration from Electronic Arts that I've always had is paying $90 for a game every year, when most years all they do is update rosters and jerseys. And that's just a simple fact. It is what it is. I think, as a company doing what they do, is I think maybe every 4 to 5 years is maybe to release an actual game and then have DLCs every year for every season. That to me would make more sense. Maybe a DLC at $40 like every other game does. But anyways, so there's been a lot of years where I didn't play a lot of games from Electronic Arts just for the sourness of the apps and everything that they're doing with their games. So I'm all hyped up. I played Madden 25. I tested it out, fell in love with the game. But as soon as I started using the EA app, the game was having a lot of issues, and I was able to get through them, but it still has some. And it's all around the EA app, because I know if the game is purchased outside the app, it runs perfectly fine. There's no issues at all. And this is kind of where I'm coming about with this video that I'm putting out. It's not even a video. Like I said, I put very little effort into this other than the fact that I'm talking. Yeah, so this is driven by my unhappiness with the app, which is horrible. EA Play Pro, which I got roped into paying for, which I didn't get roped into. It seemed justifiable, and I like subscription-based because it makes sense to me sometimes, over paying for the original title. But this is where problem lies, is that getting the EA app set up on Windows was a nightmare to begin with. Getting Madden to work was somewhat painful, still has some issues, but I've been waiting a lot of years for Dragon Age to come up with a new game. And I'm so angry, I don't know if I want to give Electronic Arts money to buy the game, even though I want to play it really bad. If the money was going to Bioware, I'd buy it in a second, but it's not. It's going to a company that I've already invested money in to play this game, and when you click on it the first time, it doesn't even open. A AAA company making AAA games releases a game on their app and the game won't launch. That is awful. There's no other way to describe it. I have a high-end workstation PC that I do game development with. I can run every modern game on it at full capacity, full graphics, full bore, NVIDIA, everything knocked right out of the park, but I can't launch a game that you can play on a low-end PC, okay? And like I said, I tried everything I could to get this game to work. The most I could get out of this game, I'd be lucky eventually after a couple of days to get it to go through the character creation. To get actual gameplay, maybe 2 minutes, I'm done. I'm canceled my subscription. I don't want anything to do with this game. I may change my mind down the road, but I am not going to touch anything in relation to the EA app or EA Play Pro. Now, EA Play Pro itself, to me, is a good fundamental subscription plan, which I think is great, but it's attached to the EA app, and the EA app sucks. And I will never put anything toward that, ever. I'm glad that people are able to enjoy the game, and I will probably get over my, being upset. It's just, I don't want to give Electronic Arts any more of my money. I think it's unfair that, they have products that people like me, we put our hard-earned money into these games because we're gamers and we want to enjoy a game, and it's a long-running franchise. And I'm probably going to do another video about large game publishers altogether, because I think large game publishers are ruining the game industry. And like I said, I've been gaming for over 48 years and I've seen it, and it's happening. Large franchises that people have loved for years has gone to shit. And they've gone to shit because the umbrella company doesn't give a crap about the companies they purchase. And I don't blame companies like Bioware and that for selling, because these big publishers offer money that they probably never dreamed of having. And I would probably sell too. But at some point, there should be a clause or something in these agreements where they don't touch Bioware or whatever gaming development company it is. Leave them alone. Let them operate underneath. But no, these game publishing companies, they destroy the companies, destroy the game franchises. And it's just frustrating because the game industry is run essentially because of gamers. If we didn't play games, there'd be no game companies. So at what point in this gaming society, this gaming world that we live in, that the gamers come last? And I think it's really sad. And a lot of indie game development companies are taking off for that exact reason. They're putting in the effort to make sure that the gamer is enjoying their game. They care about the gamers. They care about their product. And I'm sure Bioware loves their products and everything, but they don't have that control anymore. And it's a sad day. So I'm putting a big thumbs down to the EA app. I hate it. I tossed Origin app aside years ago. I hated it. I'll never touch it, to be honest with you. I'll never touch it. I'm going to go back to just buying games on Steam. Like I said, I love subscription-based services because to me, a lot of them make sense. I've been playing EVE Online for over 10 years. I don't care about their subscription service. Their game's worth it. Their game works. When I click on the game to install it and launch it off their launcher, it works. Anyways, I'm not about negative reviews, but I'm not giving Electronics any more money at this point. So, thumbs down. I don't know what's wrong with that company, but it's awful.